Good evening, students. Good evening, second English students. We shall continue Mark Antony's speech. Okay. So yesterday we stopped at this point. If I read Julius Caesar's will, then you may kill Brutus, and people acknowledge that Brutus and his friends are traitors, and please read the will. Okay, so people request Antony to read the will, and then Mark Antony continues his speech. Okay, so how he continues his speech? Why do you compel me to read the will? That is a statement. That is a statement that Mark Antony makes, and then he says, please let me come down to the platform. Let me come down to the platform, and all of you please kindly make a ring around Caesar's dead body. Okay. So that's what Mark Antony says. I will come down out of the platform, and please form a ring around Caesar's dead body. Form a circle around Caesar's dead body. And that is why I already said that he was the first politician to politicize the dead body of popular person, taking the advantage. After such a popular and great and powerful leader died, and using that situation, many would try to become a leader, and Mark Antony was one among them. And he politicized the situation. He used the dead body of Caesar, and then he became the leader of people. Okay, so he asked people to form a circle around Caesar's dead body, and the people were rushing, and please don't come too close, give a little bit space, form a circle around Caesar's dead body. And people made a circle, made a ring around the Caesar's dead body, and then he continues his speech. If you have tears, then all your tears will shed now. Okay, so what are the tears that you have in your eyes? And if I read the will, everything will be shed by today itself. So that is the statement that he makes, and and then he shows the dead body of Caesar, and he takes the cloth over by Caesar, and see, do you know this cloth? And this is the cloth which was worn by Caesar first time during the celebration after he defeated Nervi. So Julius defeated conquered a territory called Nervi, and during that summer evening festival, first time he wore this one, and now this beautiful dress, this beautiful cloth is completely completely stained with blood, and then he points out one particular wound on Julius Caesar's dead body, and he says that this wound is made by Cassius, and this wound is made by Casca, and he shows another large wound, and he says that this wound is the unkindest of all, and this is the unkindest of all, and he says that this is the wound unkindest of all, created by made by Brutus, the noble Brutus. When Brutus stabbed him, and he covered the face with this cloth. Okay, cloth would be hanged at the back of those senators, and if you see Superman, there will be a cloth hanging at his back. Okay, so that is a big cloth, and he covered his face with the cloth, and he simply leaned on the Pompey's statue, and the statue was completely scattered with Caesar's blood. and now this incident should be recorded in history, that this day is treason and evil people prospered. And when he made this statement, all the people began to weep. Now you weep, and let all your tears be considered a sacred one, and kindly weep for Caesar's dead body. And now here is the dead body of you all weeping for Caesar, and now Caesar is dead. And then immediately people shouted that we will take revenge for Caesar's death. We will kill Brutus and everyone. And then when people say this, everyone well, wait. Let me give you one point. So. He says that Mark Antony says that this is the wound created by Cassius, this is the wound created by Casca, and this is the wound created by Brutus. Okay, and I just wanted to remind you that Mark Antony was not in the place during when assassination Caesar was assassinated. Okay. So, when everybody, more than 20 people continue to kill Julius Caesar, and we cannot exactly say even Julius Caesar and Brutus and even Casca and Cassio, they themselves do not know which wound is created by which senator. Okay. So when this is the case, and Mark Antony visualizes telling to people that as if he had seen the scene. Okay, so this is completely lies uttered by Mark Antony, and why see all the politicians. Okay, even Narendra Modi or Manmohan Singh or Sonia Gandhi or even Jawaharlal Nehru and all the politicians in history, not only Indian history, European history, American history, Japanese history, whatever the history could be, every one at one point when they want to become leader of people, at one point they said some lies. Okay, that is the real history. Okay, and similarly, actually, like Mark Antony only, Jawaharlal Nehru and the contemporary political leaders like Mark Antony only, our leaders are telling lies to people, and so Mark Antony wants to become a leader, and so he in order just to create. He wants to create, he wants people to sympathize on Julius Caesar. Okay, so that's why he exaggerates this scenario, and he says all these things are actually lies. And no one can say that this wound is made by Cassius, this wound is created by Casca, and this wound is created by Brutus. No one can say that Mark Antony simply says all these lies to become a leader. Okay, and so he is very successful that unknowingly Mark Antony, and at this point unknowingly Mark Antony became leader of Rome, and then at this point itself he became the leader of Rome. Okay, so people are saying that we will avenge for Caesar's death, and Mark Antony continues his speech. Good friends, please do not do any mutiny. Okay. Do not take any revenge. These people are actually good people. See, it is also another ironical statement. Please do not do any mutiny. Okay. Actually, the implied meaning of this statement is that please do mutiny and kill Brutus and other conspirators. But please take revenge on them. Like this is the implied meaning of this one. Okay, if he directly says, then people will do it, but after some time people will not acknowledge him as their leader. Okay, now he wants to become a leader, so that ironically he says that please do not do any mutiny, and these people, Brutus and Cassius or noble person, they have their own reason for killing Julius Caesar. I do not know the reason. Okay, so I do not know the real reason why Brutus and his friends killed Julius Caesar. That I do not know, but I am here just to tell you the truth. So he says I am not great orator like Brutus, but actually Mark Antony is the greatest orator. He's he's actually greater than Brutus. That is the reality. But he says that ironically says, I am not great orator like Brutus, who is intelligent, who is able to convince you, but I'm an ordinary person. I just want to tell you truth. I just want to show you the wounds of Julius Caesar. See the recovery of Julius Caesar. I just want to show you the wounds of Julius Caesar. And I did not say any words. The wounds of Julius Caesar, just see it. So that's how he makes doing some kind of politics with the dead body. Okay, so see the dead body of Julius Caesar, and his wounds will talk to you. I am just a mediator. Okay, I did not say anything. Just see the wounds of Julius Caesar, and you will understand what is the reality. And another interesting statement he makes is this, and if I were Brutus and Brutus were Antony, and I would have gone various information that Julius Caesar is ambitious, he is an evil person, and he is an evil person. Likewise, such an information I might have got, but after seeing the wounds of, just see the dead body of Julius Caesar, and after seeing the dead body of Julius Caesar, then even if I were Brutus, definitely I would have tried for Julius Caesar, and whatever he does, he doesn't deserve such a horrible death. Okay, so definitely I wouldn't have said that yes, Julius Caesar is a traitor, he is ambitious, like such kind of statement I wouldn't have said. And he further makes a statement, he further continues his speech by saying that if Julius Caesar has a tongue now, then he would have spoken that please take revenge upon my behalf. The whole Rome, the stone and the air and all the people should avenge my death. Definitely Caesar would have, Caesar's tongue would have said this. And when he makes this statement, then all the people unanimously shout that we will burn the house of Brutus and we will kill Brutus. Likewise, people are shouting. Okay, and as people are shouting, they are about to move and kill Brutus. And at that point, Mark Antony asks people, just please wait. And when he utters the word, please wait, the whole crowd turned towards Mark Antony. Okay, so in this scene, at this particular point, Mark Antony has completely become the leader of Rome. Okay, so the whole crowd simply turned when he says, please wait. When all the people shout that we will kill Brutus, we will take revenge on Julius Caesar, and they were about to make one step, yes, please wait. He addresses the people, then the whole crowd turned towards Mark Antony, and yet, and still he further continues his speech. That will be discussed for tomorrow. That is in the next class. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.